Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and I have some Fast Fuse tips. So, as of tomorrow, Thursday, February 8th, the Fast Fuse sale's coming back, which means we are going to have, when you buy one Fast Fuse dispenser, you get 2 refills free. And this is such an awesome promotion. I love it. In fact, the reason we're having it is because this fall we offered this promotion and it sold out so fast they had to turn off the promotion because it sold out so quickly. So they're doing it again. They said they would honor it because it was supposed to be a 10-day thing this fall. So they replenished their stock and they're offering it again to us. Now they did say it's while supplies last, and while I'm hopeful it will last that full 5 days, you never know what's going to happen. So Fast Fuse is my absolute favorite adhesive. If you watch any of my videos, you know that I use this on all my cards pretty much. There's a few instances where I use other adhesive, but for the most part, this is my go-to. I love it because it is sticky and strong, and that makes cards that can be put together and kept together. They don't fall apart easy, which is nice. I'm sticking my finger in here and everything's wonderful. I have to tell you a quick story. Several years ago, I was attending my first manager's reception, which was something Stampin' Up! Had during convention many years ago. And I had finally qualified. I had reached that promotion level where I was a manager and I could attend. And it was a big thing. So convention was was in Orlando that year, so managers was actually being held at Epcot Center. And one of the big things was that you could swap with the people at managers. So we spent the whole day at Epcot. I carried my bag of swap cards around with me, and I was so excited to trade cards with other demonstrators, and swapping is one of my favorite things. It's super humid in Florida, especially in the summer, as I think we can all agree. My swap cards literally fell apart. The pieces fell apart because the adhesive didn't hold them. And so I literally was trading piles of cardstock with people. It was kind of embarrassing. Actually, it was completely embarrassing. But it was just what happened, and other people were having the same problem. So I love that we have this adhesive that's so strong. So let me show you some tips with it, because one of the things that is important to know is how to use it so that you get a great experience, because we want only good experiences when we stamp. So we're going to make this card. I just came up with it. I love this card. It's actually really cute and simple. I was thinking of something I could make really quick so I can make this video about Fast Fuse. So let me show you how I put it together, because like I said, it really is easy. I always need thank you cards. I send thank you cards more than anything else because I use them a lot in my business. I send a thank you card for every single order that is placed with me, and that requires me to have a lot of thank you cards on hand. So I'm going to start by taking the largest square in the stitched shape framelit. I've die cut this in Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to stamp it with my Soft Sky ink, the flower. Now, my stamps are from the stamp set Flourishing Phrases. This is one of those big sets that has tons of words and a couple of really pretty images. So I've stamped my 2 flowers on here, and then I'm also going to stamp them on the background of my Whisper White panel. This is Soft Sky ink. If I didn't say that already, I can't remember. And the stamping is really easy. In fact, I kind of debated whether or not I'd stamp this, but then last time I did that, somebody said, well, can you make the whole card? So here we go. All right. So I've got my stamping done. Now I'm going to take this image and stamp this as well. And I know I'm going to cover up a lot of the middle part, but I want the ends of this kind of to stick out. So I didn't quite ink up the whole thing, and that's okay. So I'm keeping that in mind while I stamp this down, knowing again that I'll cover up all of this mess. And same thing here. I'm going to do that. Okay, so that looks like a messy disaster, but you know what? We're going to cover it up and it's going to look awesome. So do you see the difference? It's all good. Okay, next what I want to do is take and use my Fast Fuse to adhere ribbon. Now, actually, let me do one thing first. I'm going to adhere this to my cardstock. When you use Fast Fuse, you're going to hold it, and let me pick this paper up. You're going to hold it fairly parallel to the card. You're not holding it up here. That's really important. So if this is, I'm setting my card up so you can see how it would look. I can't run it here because look, nothing's happening. The adhesive isn't up here on the roller. It's down here on the roller. Okay, so I'm keeping it fairly parallel to the dispensers, parallel to my cardstock. So I'll just press and run. Now I'm not pressing with the force of an army here. I'm just pressing with my nice little dainty hands. Okay, and then when I'm ready to release it, I'm going to check mark it like check. I stamped check. Okay, let's do that again. I'm going to adhere, check. Okay. If you go like this, let me see if I can do this. Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. Darn it. I'm trying to show how to do it the wrong way. Let me adhere this to my card since we've got the adhesive on the back. The wrong way, let me see if I can advance this and get it to work, is when you go like this. There we go. This is what happens. When the adhesive is not stuck, you want to touch it back down, maybe move it a little bit further and check it. If you get those strings, again, let me see if I can get the strings. You want to advance it a little bit to get it to work. String. Okay, that's not good. So again, set it back down and check mark it off. Okay, if you are going with this flicky wrist thing, that's not going to work. This is what I see people do is they'll either run it way up high like this and then they'll flick it like that. You are going to break this. You're going to ruin the dispenser. Okay, a couple other things I might mention is there is a little thing right here that you need your adhesive to hold into. If this is broken, that usually will affect how your Fast Fuse works. Also, you can see I'm kind of removing this little goober right here. And that goober just can sometimes get built up. And if you have a huge goober there, like I just have kind of minimal. And I apologize that we're even talking about adhesive goobers. But if it's on there, you definitely want to get rid of it. Okay. Now, in addition, I think there's a little sprocket that comes out right here. Do you see mine? It's not there. And it's going to fit into this little spot right there. Chances are I've dropped my dispenser. Here's another one. Let's see if this one has it. Oh, look, that was a little sticky. Yeah, this one doesn't have it either. Let's open a virgin one and see if there's a thing in there. All right. What will we find? Oh, there is a teeny little thing. See, what happens is my floor is cement in my office, and when I drop things on the cement floor, they tend to break, such as Fast Fuse, but yet you can see mine still works okay. All right, so I'm just trying to show you some of the things you might encounter while using Fast Fuse. All right, let's keep working on our card here as we go. I think the biggest thing is to have a light touch. Like I said, you are not putting the force of 100 armies on your card. And likewise, you don't, you want to use that check mark. You do want to use the check mark. Now I'm going to also use Fast Fuse on here. Check. With some ribbon. So I've got a length of some ribbon here. And I want to put a little ribbon zigzag on my card. And Fast Fuse does a fantastic job of holding ribbon to your cards. I really like it. Now, some ribbons are more apt to be held in place than others, just saying. But this one works pretty well. So, with a navy crinkled seam binding ribbon that I'm using. All right, so I've put my little zigzag of ribbon on. I'm going to leave my tail hang out. Make sure that this will cover everything up, and it does. Perfect. And then I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. I also love my dimensionals. Oh, but you know what? Dang it. I haven't stamped my thank you first. We'll do that quick. My thank you is from Thankful Thoughts, the stamp set. Okay, so there we go. We've got it on there, and now let's pop it up onto our card, like so. And then I will trim the ribbon off. So that looks good. We'll just trim that ribbon. Okay, now you can see I did embellish it a couple of different ways. First of all, I took my Night of Navy marker and I spritzed it. Boom. One spritz is all I needed, and you can see those beautiful little spritzy flecks of ink on there. And then also I'm going to take some of my rhinestones and I will place them on my card. I like to use my scissors because now that I have fingernails, it's really hard to pick these little babies up. I used to be able to do it with no problem, but now I'm struggling. The price one must pay for having nice nails, I guess. So I'm just going to put a couple of these in the top and the bottom, and then that will embellish my card quite beautifully. Okay. Another tip I will just throw out there, because I always like giving you lots of tips in my videos, is when I send a card like this, anything especially with rhinestones or sequins on it, I like to put either a quarter sheet of cardstock over the top, or as I like to do, I can put, like a Stampin' Up! Postcard over the top. That protects it, and it helps it run through the post office easier, because, those post office machines don't like embellishments. But there's a beautiful card, easy to do, and the Fast Fuse is amazing. So again, my big tips are: don't press too hard. Work at a parallel angle to your cardstock, not up high like this. You want to be more parallel, and do the check mark at the end, and you really will find that Fast Fuse is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful adhesive. Now, don't forget, it's also on sale. So while supplies last, of course, when you buy one adhesive dispenser, you get 2 refills free, which is an amazing deal. The adhesive dispenser is $10. The refills are $7.50. And if you spend $50 right now, you get to choose a celebration item for free from Stampin' Up! Plus, I will give you a free online class, which is my January card buffet. If you spend over $75, I'll even send you the pre-cut cardstock. That's for 10 cards, you guys. 10! So check out all that information. It's in the description of this video, the link to purchase the products that I've used on my card today, as well as the Fast Fuse special. And again, it runs from February 8th until February 12th, or while supplies last. And my special for the free online class goes until February 11th. So thank you guys so much for stamping with me today. I hope this helped, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.